She pressed 7. The elevator hummed. The doors slid shut. Simple. Normal. She had done this 100 times. But the number above the door didn't stop at 7. It kept climbing. Then it stopped. The doors opened slowly, and the wall outside said, Floor 13. Her name was Claire Hensley, 34 years old, single mother, 2 kids at home, Lily, age 6, and Marcus, age 9. She worked late most nights at the Alderton building, a gray office tower in downtown Portland. 12 floors, security desk at the bottom, vending machine on floor 4. She knew every inch of that building. There were only 12 floors. She had always known that. So she stood very still and stared at the number on the wall. Floor 13. The hallway outside was dark. Not the normal dark, where you just need to flip a switch. This was a heavy dark. The kind that feels like it is watching you. She pressed the door open button hard. The doors didn't move. She pressed 7 again, then 1, then every single button on the panel. Nothing worked. So she did the only thing she could do. She stepped out. The hallway was cold, much colder than it should have been. Her heels clicked on the floor as she walked. Every sound bounced back at her wrong. Too slow, too far away, like the building was swallowing her noise. There were doors on both sides, office doors, just like the ones downstairs. But these doors had no names on them, no room numbers, just dark wood and brass handles that looked too old for this building. She stopped at the first door on the left. She didn't know why she opened it. She just did. Inside was her old apartment, the one she had shared with her ex-husband, Daniel, before everything fell apart. Before the fighting, before the crying behind closed bathroom doors, before the night she packed 2 bags, grabbed both kids while they were sleeping, and never went back. She hadn't thought about that apartment in 2 years. But here it was. Every detail exactly right. The yellow curtain she had always hated. The crack in the kitchen tile she kept meaning to fix. The smell. Coffee and cigarettes. And something underneath that she could never name, but it always made her stomach tight. She heard a sound from the bedroom. Someone crying. She walked toward it slowly. The bedroom door was half open. Through the gap, she could see herself, a version of herself sitting on the edge of the bed in the dark. Younger, thinner, shaking. The other Claire had a phone in her hand. She was looking at it like it was the last thing left in the world. Claire stood in the doorway and watched herself fall apart all over again. She backed away. She couldn't breathe. She ran back to the hallway. She found the elevator and pressed the button over and over until the doors opened. She got in. She pressed 7 again. The doors closed. The elevator went up. That was wrong. She was already on 13. There was nothing above 13. But the number kept climbing. Floor 14, floor 15, floor 20. It stopped at floor 21. The doors opened. This floor was brighter, almost warm. She stepped out carefully. It looked like her children's school.
The same pale green walls, the same squeaky linoleum floors, the same drawings taped up along the hallway. Suns and houses and stick families with too many fingers. She walked slowly, reading each drawing. Then she stopped. One of the drawings was by Lily. She recognized her daughter's handwriting. Lily always drew her letters too big and her numbers backwards. This drawing had all of that. But the picture made her blood go cold. It showed a stick-figure woman, alone, standing in a small box. And above the box, Lily had written in her big, messy letters, "Mommy never came home." Claire grabbed the drawing off the wall. Her hands were shaking so badly the paper tore. She ran. Back in the elevator. She didn't press anything this time. She just stood there, back against the wall, breathing hard. The elevator moved on its own.
It went down. Floor 13 again. The doors opened on that dark hallway. But this time, something was different. There was a figure at the end of the hall, standing completely still, facing her. She couldn't see a face, just a shape. The same height as her, the same hair, the same coat she was wearing right now. Her reflection, except there was no mirror. She pressed closed door so hard her finger went white. The door shut. The elevator dropped, fast this time, like falling. Her stomach lifted. The numbers blurred downward. 12, 11, 10, all the way to 1. The doors opened. Lobby. Normal light. Security desk. The guard, Harold, looked up from his phone. "Working late again, Miss Hensley?" She almost sobbed. "Yes," she whispered. "I need to go home." She walked out through the front doors into the cold Portland night. Her car was still in the lot. Her phone had signal. She called home and Lily picked up on the second ring with that loud, joyful, reckless scream that only 6-year-olds can produce. "Mommy!" Claire sat down on the curb in the parking lot and cried. She told herself it was a panic attack, a stress episode. She had been working 70-hour weeks. She hadn't been sleeping. The brain does strange things when you don't sleep. That's what she told herself all the way home. That's what she told herself while she hugged both kids so hard that Marcus complained she was squishing him. That's what she told herself when she brushed Lily's hair and read them both a story and sat on the edge of Marcus's bed until his breathing went slow and heavy. She was fine. It was over. She was home. She went to the bathroom to wash her face. She turned on the light. She looked in the mirror, and the mirror looked back. That part was normal. But then she turned to reach for her towel, and when she looked at the mirror again, her reflection didn't turn with her. It was still facing forward, still looking straight ahead, still standing in a small box. And around the reflection, faint but unmistakable, were the walls of the elevator. Her reflection pressed a button slowly. The number above the door inside the mirror changed. Floor 13. And her reflection, her face, her eyes, her hands, smiled at her. Not a warm smile. The kind of smile that knows something you don't. The kind of smile that says, "I never left." Claire backed away from the mirror until she hit the wall. She wanted to scream, but no sound came out. Because the terrible truth had just landed in her chest like something dropped from a great height. The woman who walked out of the elevator, the woman who called home and heard Lily scream with joy, the woman who hugged the children and read the story and sat on the edge of the bed. Was she really Claire? Or was the real Claire still in there? Pressing buttons, watching the numbers climb, going up and up through floors that don't exist.
looking for a way out that never comes. In Lily's room,
The little girl was almost asleep. She opened one eye. "Mommy?" The woman in the doorway smiled. "Yes, baby." Lily closed her eyes again, but she didn't feel warm the way she usually did when Mommy was near. She felt cold. She pulled her blanket tighter, and somewhere in a building across the city, in an elevator that never stops moving, a number clicked upward in the dark. Floor 47, floor 48, floor 49. And a woman pressed her hands flat against the metal doors and whispered her children's names to herself over and over so she wouldn't forget them. The elevator kept going up. The doors never opened.